Hi guys, this is Terry. I am so excited to try my first ever Facebook Live. So if you happen to be here and you see me, feel free to say hello, jump in, ask any questions. I have no idea how this works, and I'm literally just trying it for the first time. So hopefully there won't be any big technical problems and I can just chat with you for a few minutes. And so what I wanted to chat about today is how to achieve your homestead goals. Now, this is a super, super important topic to me because a few things. Number one is I see this time of year as being so awesome. The new year, you're just alive with possibility. You have all these amazing ideas, and it's like starting with this completely fresh slate. So I really, really encourage you to go through the visioning process at the new year because I think it's a fantastic thing to do. Second, what I see is a lot of people kind of get stuck in that dreaming phase, that phase of just like, oh yeah, what I really want to do is grow more food, or I really want to have a homestead. And it's the actual implementation, it's the putting the rubber to the road that gets really challenging. And, life gets in the way. You maybe have a spouse, you maybe have kids, you probably have a job, and all those things are going to demand your attention, demand your energy. So, how do you actually focus on your homestead dreams, your homestead goals, and actually achieve them this year? Well, I have a few thoughts, so I want to share them. And you can also go on to my blog, homestead-honey.com, in case you've never been there before, and go to the most recent blog post. There is not only a blog post all about this subject, but there's also a free downloadable printable. It's just a PDF, it's a few pages long, and it'll help you go through this whole entire process on your own. So you can take it, set aside maybe a half hour, and go through this process and really figure out what it is that you're going to do to make your dreams happen this year, because that's what I want us all to do. So, okay, my first step is to review. Look back at 2016 and really assess it. Check out what worked, what didn't work, where were your biggest successes, what were the things that like maybe didn't work so well, what are you going to keep doing this year, what are you going to leave behind. So for me, like I actually realized midsummer that my garden got too big. I mean, every year I was like, Brian, guess what? We're going to expand the garden. I'm gonna grow more food. Well, that was an awesome, awesome dream. But the problem is that I'm the only one really doing the gardening. I mean, Brian helps me out as much as possible, but it just became way too much for one person. I started feeling so overwhelmed and I lost some of the joy of gardening, and that is no fun. So, what I decided midsummer, and I'm going to hold to that this year, is I'm not going to expand the garden. I'm not going to do more. I'm just going to do what I already have. And that's okay. If I have to buy a CSA share from my local farmer, that's great. I'm supporting the local economy. So that's the number one thing, getting clear on your past experiences so that you can move into the new year feeling really grounded and really clear. Okay, second, this is a big thing. So I really encourage you to go into the worksheet and try and go through the exercises. And this is an exercise that I do a lot in Gather and Glean, which is my homestead mentorship circle. It's starting up on January 16th, which is almost coming up around the corner. And we're going to start with our values and really dive into what it is that we want to manifest in the world. So that is an awesome, awesome thing to start with so that you create alignment with your values and what you actually want to do. Now, I'm going to pause for a moment because for some reason my phone is telling me my storage is almost full. So if I go away, it's just because my phone is almost full. So we'll finish it up later. Okay, number 3. Create attainable and realistic goals. All right, well, that's obvious. It's kind of like with my gardening thing. I wasn't realistic at first, and my goals weren't attainable, so I started seeing my garden quality and the fun kind of suffer because of that. So that's something that I think is really important is really keep, an honest tally going. Like, what kind of time do you have? What are your other commitments? Who are you taking care of besides yourself? That's a huge one for a lot of people. They're taking care of parents, they're taking care of spouses, they're taking care of their community, their children. It's a lot on top of cows, chickens, gardens, etc. So be realistic about that. Okay, next one. No goal is too small to declare. So if your goal is that you're going to create one raised bed and you're going to grow food in that, that is awesome. Yay! So celebrate. You don't have to be building a huge homestead to declare that as your goal. And yeah, I know, here I have been building a huge homestead over the past few years, but that was after, 14 years of practice that we got to that point. So start with the smallest goal and the baby steps and move from there. Oh, and I just saw a little thumb go up in front of my phone. Thank you. Okay, next step, and this is probably the most important step of all, is build in accountability and support. So your dreams, they are so, so important. And what's going to happen, because it happens to all of us, is that, like I said before, life is going to get in the way and they're going to sort of take the back seat a little bit. That's okay. But what you want to do is build in some accountability for yourself along the way. So you have little landmarks along the way to tell you, are you doing what you said you were going to do at the beginning of the year? And then the support, the actual person who is going to help you get through your challenges, or the people that are going to help you get through your challenges. Or maybe it's, an awesome app that's on your phone that really helps you move forward. Anything like that is going to help you go from dreaming to actually taking this, what I like to call inspired action. So like I said, I'm launching Gather and Glean in another 10 days or so. That is an awesome way to get support for your homesteading goals. We start out with a group of women who are totally passionate about homesteading and about community, and we just create this tribe. So each person will take a project or take a goal that they want to work on that's unique to them, and throughout the 10 weeks together, we support each other. We have bi-weekly coaching calls, and it's this amazing space where you can really create this transformation that isn't necessarily going to happen alone. So I really encourage you to think about joining us for Gather and Glean. It starts on the 16th, and all the information can be found on my website, homestead-honey.com. And let's see, last of all, oh, this one I love. So I read this book this year that used the word false starts when they were talking about what we often call mistakes. And I just love that idea. It's not an end of the road. It's not a mistake. It's a false start. You went this way, that way didn't work out. So you went and tried something out. That is so great, because what it does is it really encourages you to make the boldest leaps possible. And you're not worried about failure, because if you have, a false start, then you just go ahead and you change course and you keep on going. So I want you to think about this year to have as many false starts as possible, because it's through the false starts that we actually learn and grow as homesteaders and as people. So I would love to hear from you. If you are watching this, or I think there's a recording, so if you're watching the recording, I want you to tell me, what are your goals that you're setting for this year? That's number one. Number two, what are the built-in systems of support and accountability that you're going to create so that you can actually make these things happen this year? That's what I would love to hear. And thank you so much for watching. And I love doing this. I love this Facebook Live. So I hope to do it some more. Have a great day.